Hey everyone, it's me, Central Mexico, and the video you're about to watch is me talking about the 2022 Game Awards and my thoughts about it. Yes, this is recorded the day of and uploaded the day of, but it's mostly just to pass the time before the Game Awards tomorrow, as of recording this. So yeah, this is mostly about my thoughts on the Game Awards, talking about games this year, so on and so forth. Nothing super crazy. So if you want to listen to it in the background, you can. I kind of recorded it for that purpose to begin with because it's very much an audible thing. Other than that, if you want to see more content about me talking about video games or me playing video games, let me know down below in the comments or like the video. Honestly, the feedback is appreciated. And if you want to support me, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Sunshine Mexico and on Twitter at Sunshine_Mexico because someone stole Sunshine Mexico altogether. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Adios. Hey everyone, it's me, Sunshine Mexico, and this video will be the Game Awards, the 2022 Game Awards. I'm going to have this video up by tomorrow so you guys know my thoughts on what I think will win. We're going to be starting with the last category and then going to the previous category to mostly get to the very end because the very last categories I don't know much about and any and all thoughts. I am logged into my profile, my old profile picture, and for best esport events, um, I don't give a shit about Valorant. I don't give a shit about any one of these besides Evo. Fighting games are the best. We're moving on. Previous category, best esports coach. I don't know anything about anything here. Let's see us go. FaZe Clan. You missed me with it. Yeah, you said FaZe Clan. I'm done. Anyways, we're moving on. CS:GO. Shit, that's FaZe Clan. Never mind. No, stop that. We're gonna go with the fucking. We'll go with LA Thieves. Fuck it, we'll go LA Thieves. I don't know anything about them. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't really vote for that. Realistically, I shouldn't vote for things that I don't really know about. Can I move on to the next category? Cool, it's bugged out. That's awesome. Can you? Okay, cool. Oh my god. Wow, this is really not great. What if I just go? Not what I wanted to do. God damn it. Best esports team. I'm not gonna vote for any one of these. Not fair. Um, Same with any one of these. Not fair. So best esports game. I'm gonna vote for CS:GO because I like CS:GO a lot. It is one of my more favorite games to play. Although I haven't played in ages, I don't like Valorant as much. I genuinely do not. It feels like a discount CS:GO, despite me being a fan of Valorant as well, and just like I've, I like CS:GO like games. They're big fun to me, but I don't like Valorant as much. Their pricing model for a lot of stuff I think is bad. I don't like it. Rocket League, um, I don't like the fact that it was removed off Steam over really stupid reasons. So, and a lot of things in regards to what's been going on there. So, the most anticipated game, Starfield. I'm gonna be honest. Starfield is a very different game. I'm gonna go. My vote is Starfield, though I'm most likely wrong. It might be Hogwarts Legacy, which I think is kind of fucked up because you shouldn't be supporting anything that really goes back to J.K. Rowling because J.K. Rowling's a stupid bitch, allegedly. I don't like J.K. Rowling personally. My thoughts alone, I genuinely do not like J.K. Rowling. So don't sue me, and if you do, haha, I'm joking. This is a joke. Haha. God damn it. There it is. Now it worked. Okay, so I didn't vote for anyone here. I will vote for Evo because I like fighting games, though I don't play many. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Yes, I like CS:GO. Yes, I think that the most anticipated game might be Starfield. This is a sequel to a Legend of Zelda game. I'm hyped for it, but I'm not that hyped for it because I don't know what it will do different from Breath of the Wild. It looks cool, but there's not much surrounding it that I really care about. Hogwarts Legacy, I was never really into Harry Potter, so I'm not the biggest fan. I really don't care. Resident Evil 4, it's a remake. The game already came out. I'm not even gonna consider it. This is Final Fantasy 16. looks interesting, but I don't know much about it. So I feel like they haven't released much information. That being said, maybe they have, and I have really just haven't seen it or been exposed to it. I'm more excited for Starfield because I'm a black hole, for fuck's sakes. I love space shit. So this is just, I don't know why this would be seen as a surprise. I'm excited for more space games. To the next category, best adaptation. I've heard that the Sonic movie is pretty good. I've also heard the Cuphead show's pretty good. I've also heard Cyberpunk Edge Runner is pretty good. I've heard all these are pretty good. I haven't seen Uncharted yet, so I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen any of these yet, really. But my vote's for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, despite Cyberpunk 2077 being a complete, not a flop on launch, but a buggy, horrible mess that they overhyped and they died. And I don't like the fact that the updates they've released are considered DLCs, though they shouldn't be called DLCs. I think it's a miscategorization and kind of um, a gross simplification of just updates that should have come to the game to make the game run and also just have quality of life features. I think it's gross to say, hey, this feature that should have been in is in. You're going to tell me that an RPG doesn't have these features? Bruh. Anyways, I've seen a lot of clips of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I think it does fit the Cyberpunk world really well. For best adaptation, I do think Cyberpunk Edge Runners will take it. Um, Despite my issues with Cyberpunk 2077, mind you, I think Cyberpunk Edge Runners will take it personally. Ah, best debut indie. I Vampire Survivors to me. We're gonna start from right to left. We're gonna go from right to left on every single one of these. Vampire Survivors to me is the game you upgrade, and if you get enough damage, if you can get a really good build going, you just kind of stand there, walk around, occasionally do things. You're not doing much. It's very much an automatic game that's being played for you. While that can be fun, I think it is generally just not amazing. It's just good, right? So, eh. Excuse me. I've played a little bit of Tunic. I haven't played Vampire Survivors, but I've seen my friends talk about it, so I'm pretty sure. I've also played games like this, so I can talk about it. With Tunic, I have played a little bit, and it's very much a early Legend of Zelda like, and I mean Legend of Zelda 1 like really, and it's not bad. It's cutesy, it's adorable, it's a fun time. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm still pretty early into the game, but it's a cute, fun time that if you are into early Legend of Zelda games, I recommend taking a stab at it. It's a really adorable game. But for best debut indie, it doesn't have any excitement, though it doesn't need to. I think just the adventure, the quiet, cute adventure in and of itself is really good. So for best debut indie, maybe, maybe. But we're gonna go to every category before I vote. For Stray, I have my own thoughts on Stray, which I'll get to at the very end of the game of this video. Um, and I think Stray might win this one because Cat, haha. Um, but for what it is, for what I've seen, it does look like a fantastic game. Be it a little bit short, maybe short. I'm not entirely sure how long it is. Um, but I'm not here to hate on it. Really, I think this could win, despite me being like, haha, Cat. Mostly for the fact that it's a very good start with this company being an indie game to be like, yeah, we can provide story and good storytelling and good atmosphere and good environments, and I think that's really good. I've never seen Norco anywhere, so I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say anything. With Neon White, I've seen development of this on TikTok and online. It's the card shooter game that looks really fucking good, and I believe, as far as I'm aware, is kind of exciting. I think it's a very unique way of doing a card game first person shooter. Sorry if you hear my chair moving in the background. I'm getting comfortable. Uh so maybe between Stray and Neon White, just because Neon White is a bit more interesting to me than Tunic, because I already got the anime aesthetic. I like anime. Again, I'm a VTuber, so I like anime. So I'm gonna vote for personally Neon White. I like it a bit more. Um, but I believe Stray will win this one. Best content creator of the year. Where the fuck is my boy Scott the Woz. I'm a big Scott the Woz fan. I love Scott the Woz. I think he's a hilarious dude, and I would love to see Scott the Woz. Oh, by the way, my chat is still up because I just finished my stream. I I just finished a stream and I said I was gonna record this after stream, and you can still see some of my chat there. So yeah, I think Nabillion might take it. There is a little bit of a slight, and this is a very slight controversy with him. And I say very slight because it's honestly kind of stupid that people are like, why is he like this? He couldn't really create what he was doing as a career. It couldn't support him, and he couldn't really push forward into just being able to get money from it. That being said, people should have said, why do you want to make money off of it? I think it's very understandable that he would want to make money off of something he spends a lot of his own time doing. I don't know why exactly he left, but as far as I'm aware, he did have a job. He was doing things other than just posting shit online about gaming news. And I did think he provided a valuable service of providing good news. And sucks that he's gone. I think he might win this one. In terms of like content that I really enjoyed and actually laughed at, I think Ludwig might could potentially win this one, but I feel like maybe Nabillion might barely win this one out. Ludwig is a funny dude. I love some of the content he makes. The whole thing with the Luddy was really funny. I actually really, I found that really fucking funny. And yeah, with Carl Jacobs, I don't know anything about. I think he creates Minecraft content, but maybe I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about Nobrew at all. Oops. I know very little bit of Cutie Cinderella. I believe mostly from Ludwig. She's pretty funny, but I don't know much about her content and what else she does. Despite I usually see Cutie Cinderella with Ludwig or a few clips of her by herself. But like I don't know much, so mm, but I've seen a few clips. She's funny, and yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I think one of these two will win it. I'm gonna vote for Nabillion here, though. I don't know. I have a feeling that maybe it's possible that Cutie Cinderella could win this one out, but you have the issue within the gaming community where they're like, "Women in gaming," right? Which is really fucking gross. Um, just seeing that and hearing that. But it's possible that Cutie Cinderella could win this one out. Like maybe. I don't know. I could also believe Carl Jacobs could win this. I don't know anything about Homebrew. But I would hope that Nabillion wins this one because he was providing a really valuable thing and just sharing just good gaming news. So yeah. Goodbye Nabillion. Rip. He's gone. He's not really doing anything anymore. Ludwig, you're funny. Cutie, you're funny. I can see Nabillion winning this one because of him leaving caused just a big spur for a few days on Twitter. That being said, taking this off from Twitter and even on Reddit. I saw a few things like, "Oh yeah." So best multiplayer. I have played Modern Warfare 2 since the last time I recorded this. I did record this at once, but I was like, I don't know. If you used too early, things can change. I've played all these games besides Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've not played multiverses against people though. I played against AI. Multiverses feels weirdly jank to me, but it can be fun, I believe, if I just gave it a bit more time. So I'm not gonna hate on it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I played a little bit of the multiplayer. I beat the campaign, and I mostly play the Call of Duty games for the campaigns personally. Um, so it's not a bad game, and its multiplayer isn't bad either. But it feels different from 2019 Modern Warfare 2019 that I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't know how to pinpoint it exactly. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's just hard. It's been hard for me to get used to it, and that's the thing that kind of sucks. With Overwatch 2, it's Overwatch 2. Moving on. You can look up every negative thing about Overwatch 2. Splatoon 3, I love Splatoon. I played the first one. I own the second one, and I bought the third one on release. I don't know if I pre-ordered it. I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I bought it on release day though. Um, but I love Splatoon 3. I played quite a bit of it, though not enough. The new season recently started. I need to play more of it. It's just that Splatoon 3 is a sort of game where you constantly play the multiplayer. The story stuff doesn't really matter. And I should play more Splatoon 3. I do love Splatoon. I think it's a really fun, cute game. Very, very different in terms of shooters. Out of these games here, I can see Overwatch 2 winning because it's the Overwatch community and people simp for Overwatch. But I believe Modern Warfare 2 will win this one. My vote's Splatoon 3. I believe Modern Warfare 2 will win this one. Um, so we're gonna move on to the next category. Yeah, I said all I need to say about these. Best esports racing. I haven't played any single one of these, so we're moving on. Best sim strategy. Haven't played any one of these, so we're gonna move on. Wouldn't be fair if I voted. Best family. I played Splatoon 3, so I'll be voting for Splatoon 3. I think best family. I think what might win this one out is actually Nintendo Switch Sports. I don't think Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga will do much of anything, and I don't think it will scratch the fucking surface. While I heard good, I don't think it will scratch the surface. And also, Kirby and the Forgotten Land kind of died out pretty fast, though I heard it was pretty fun and cute. Basically, these games struggled with like staying relevant. Splatoon 3, I don't even hear much about Splatoon 3 a whole lot. I do hear about it because I am part of the Splatoon subreddit, but I don't see it make rumblings as much. I do see a new update appear on Twitter announcements, stuff like that. Like, oh, a new update happened. It's been announced and it's on Twitter. People are talking about it, so on and so forth. Uh, this fizzled out pretty early on. This came out and it fizzled pretty fast as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen much about it. This stuck around for a little bit, but I think it's fizzled out pretty fast. I feel like Splatoon 3 might win this one. Kirby and the Forgotten Land stuck around a little bit. Not as long as, a little bit longer than Lego Star Wars, I feel like. But still fizzled out. Most of these games fizzled out pretty fucking fast. I think Splatoon 3 was stuck around for the longest. Best fighting. Um, I haven't played any single one of these besides Multiverses, and even a little bit of Multiverses I've played, I don't consider my opinion to matter here. Best role playing game. I've played Arceus and Elden Ring. All these games look pretty fucking good. Live Alive looks really interesting. Triangle Strategy looks like it'd be pretty dope to play it. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I want to play 1 and 2, and even X, but that's on the Wii U, and I can't get that anymore. Um, but all these games look pretty fucking good, but I'm only gonna do this out of the 2 games I've played. Best role playing game? I'm gonna vote Pokemon. It's so fucking different from all the Pokemon games that have released that it's like, holy shit, this is a Pokemon game. It may not look the best, but it's the most. I said this with Scarlet and Violet, but this is the most fun I've had in terms of like not main Pokemon game, but side Pokemon game. It's so fun. It's super unique. I love it a lot. I think it's really fucking fun. In terms of, I've mentioned Scarlet and Violet. It's the most fun I've had in a mainline Pokemon game with a lot of the mainstays of Pokemon games happening. This doesn't play like a mainline Pokemon game. Um, so I'm not. It's really fun Pokemon wise. I think it has a lot of gameplay mechanics that I really like. Scarlet and Violet also have a lot of mechanics I like, and it's also just really fucking fun as well. But this is before Scarlet and Violet. This was the most fun I had in a Pokemon game in a long time. I binged every living fuck out of it, though I didn't beat it. It was really fucking fun. Elden Ring, while a really good role playing game, I know for a fact I had more fun with Legends Arceus than Elden Ring, and I'll talk about that at the very last category being the game of the year. We're moving on. Best action adventure. I haven't played any single one of these besides Tunic. I'm not voting for this one. It's not fair. Best action game. I would have to say I really liked Modern Warfare 2 in terms of action. I've seen the gameplay for these games. I think while Bayonetta 3 is a really exciting and interesting game, I've only played the first one. I couldn't really get into the first one that much, so I just kind of dropped the series. Um, while new and exciting, that's dope. I hope it's good. I think it's out now. I might be wrong, um, but I hope it's good. Uh, I've played Modern Warfare 2. I will talk about my thoughts at the end of this category. Neon White, while exciting, I don't think it's does anything amazing. I haven't played it. I need to, but I don't think it does anything amazing. Sifu is a very interesting game. and looks pretty fucking dope. I need to play it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this is like a remake of a game. It's like a 4-player beat 'em up, 1 to 4 player beat 'em up. I'm not super interested in games like that, to be honest. But when Modern Warfare 2, it does quite enough different from 2019 that I'm a big fan of. I really like the campaign for it. I think it's a really dope campaign. I think there's a lot of cool moments in that campaign that I'm a big fan of, and that are very different in terms of anything Call of Duty has done in a long time. So I'm gonna have to vote for Modern Warfare 2 being best action game. Um, oh, hold on. I believe Bayonetta 3 might win this out though because of how popular Bayonetta 3 is. So that's mostly a vocal thing that I'm hearing, and not primarily a like. It's a thing that I'm hearing constantly, but it's not a thing that I make possible that just because it's a loud minority, it's not like a it's not a loud majority. I think the majority of people are like, yeah, it's good, but it's not like that good sort of thing. Um, so yeah. Best VR AR. I have not played any single one of these. So we're moving on. Accessibility. As far as I'm aware, they really put God of War Ragnarok at the forefront of accessibility, but I haven't played any one of these to actually know. So we're gonna move on. Best community support. I'm gonna have to go with No Man's Sky, recognizing the game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, and inclusive of social media activity in game updates and patches. I think personally, I don't like Epic Games for a bunch of other reasons. While Fortnite's really good at that, while Fortnite and its community are pretty good, but also at the same time, I think a lot of the stuff in terms of like what Epic Games could do with Fortnite to just make it better in terms of like fixing Save the World and making that free, so on and so forth, making changing a lot of things about Save the World to just be good, because Fortnite was going to be Save the World until the Battle Royale blew up, and then they made it Fortnite into the Battle Royale. And so it's Fortnite Battle Royale being the main game now, while Save the World, which is a side thing, they stopped developing. And the story, I believe, just kind of fizzles out and ends, and you don't know what's going on. Um, yeah. With Final Fantasy 14, the critically acclaimed MMO with a trial up to level 60 that includes the Heavensward expansion. I know for a fact Yoshi P and the team behind Final Fantasy 14 does amazing work. They are very open. They'll do subtle changes. The community is also really fucking nice, and I love the community for Final Fantasy 14. One of my favorite memes is that when the Shadowbringers came out, I believe it's called Shadowbringers. I forgot. When the newest expansion came out, there were some people trying to log in and play that queue times were fucking awful, and that's mostly because they couldn't really get new servers because of the chip shortage and so on and so forth. So they had to make the AFK timer before you log out, I think, really low, 10 to 15 minutes. So what ended up happening was that was announced on the subreddit for Final Fantasy 14, and the top comment was Limsa Lominsa RPers in shambles, which I thought was so fucking funny because every time I went to Limsa Lominsa, so many fucking people there RPing, and that's fine. It's just that they're in shambles. The thought of like, oh fuck, everyone in Limsa is just freaking out and crying was really fucking funny to me, and the community's been really nice. I see a lot of nice supportive stuff from the community. Though I haven't played a lot of 14 since then, since early last year, essentially, and when I was streaming that. Um, it's a game I kind of want to continue playing for the story, and it is pretty fun. Apex Legends, I do not give a shit about the community. You can miss me with that. I vote No Man's Sky because I love No Man's Sky. The community is also really supportive and nice there. They'll help each other out when they can. Um, the updates for No Man's Sky have been pretty fucking great. That being said, I wish there were I wish we had the same cycle of like, all right, here's two minor updates and then one big update. They keep saying, oh, this is the biggest update to date, but it never feels that way anymore. And it's not because I'm spoiled. I kind of am. It's just that I've tampered my expectations with No Man's Sky because I didn't think we were gonna get anything crazy. I really wish we got a huge quality of life update, and I mean a huge where they'll look through everything, and also just kind of like the two updates and then a big update. The same cycle they used to go through early on in its update life cycle before Next came out and before Beyond came out. But yeah, I you know what? I'm switching my vote. Final Fantasy 14. It is. While I love the No Man's Sky community, I think the Final Fantasy 14 community has beat out. I think a lot of aspects of the No Man's Sky community, to me, when I look at it, I kind of cringe a little bit. Kind of mean, but it's just like they can talk in a way that's like, I'm not super into it. And it's not bad. It's just that I'd rather be very straightforward and a lot of them just kind of it seems exaggerated is what I'm getting at. It just a lot of the ways people talk in the No Man's Sky community just seems very exaggerated. I'm like, I don't know if I can vibe with that. But despite the community is good though, they're really helpful. They'll help people out. They'll give people money essentially, and it's really nice to seeing that. But there's not many community aspects in that game that I can think of that I get to see that happening a lot. The biggest thing is like, oh, look at this really cool build, and everyone's like, wow, it's super cool. Oh, someone just gave me 15 blue prisms that sell for 15 million credits each, and now I'm a gajillionaire. You know, it's just like, I've seen that over and over again. Well, awesome. I think the Final Fantasy 14 community has it beat out by just the sheer amount of shit that happens in that community. Destiny 2 is a salty bunch. That's all I got. I've played Destiny 2. You can't say shit. I've seen the community firsthand. Best mobile game? I'm voting for Tower Fantasy. Because Genshin came out in 2020, it shouldn't be on this fucking list. Though Genshin is fun, I don't play it. It's not really for me anymore. I do go in to get the free Primo gems and then proceed to roll on seeing if I can get cute anime waifu. Tower of Fantasy came out this year. I feel like personally there's a few jankiness with Tower of Fantasy, so I'm hoping that it can get to be good. If that, not to be mean, the jankiness makes it kind of feel weird and not super enjoyable. I feel like I'm not getting some audible feedback in some places. Apex Legends Mobile, I don't think should exist. Diablo Immortal shouldn't fucking exist. Marvel Snap, I haven't heard anything about it. Best Indie, I believe the one that's going to win this out either will be between Cult of the Lamb or Stray. I think Stray might win because, haha, cat. I will be not voting for this though. Personally, my vote here will be for Tunic. I like Tunic. It's cute. It's a cute game, and it's a Legend of Zelda like, and it's a really cool open world game. I want to see it win. I think it's best indie out of all of these. Sifu, cool. Stray, adorable. Cult of the Lamb, fun. I don't know anything about it though. I haven't seen any gameplay. I've seen a little bit of gameplay, I should say. Neon White, well, cool. I don't think it stands up to being a best indie out of the list of there. Best ongoing, I'm not voting for any one of these besides 14. Yes, I've played all these games. I don't like the direction Apex Legends is going. They're talking about the DNA of Respawn is Titanfall. No, it isn't. It's Apex Legends. They don't give a shit about Titanfall anymore, and it hurts to see that as a Titanfall fan. Destiny 2, while cool, they keep everything in Destiny's fucking expensive to play. This a chunk of an expansion. I have to spend like $80 fucking dollars plus the expansion so I can get the seasons, and that's too much fucking money. Fortnite, free to play battle royale with battle passes, really fun battle royale. It's genuinely fun. I'm not meaning like, oh, it's doo doo garbage. No, it's a fun battle royale that I can have fun with when I want to play it, and I enjoy it for that reason. I think the collaborations that exist in Fortnite are fucking wild. The fact that we're getting a My Hero one soon is crazy, and I think it's cool. Genshin Impact, while it is a good ongoing game, I don't know anything about what is ultimately ongoing to make it best to me. It's just here's new land, here's a new chunk of story, here's new area, here's new chunk of story. What the fuck is making it the best ongoing? With Final Fantasy 14, I can sit down and know, hey, this expansion that's coming out is like a short single player RPG that you can also play with your friends because there's raids and other shit to do. Um, go do it, right? Do the thing, and that's I know that's what I'm getting when it comes to anything Final Fantasy 14 related. With Genshin Impact, I have no clue what those being added, what new things are gonna be there, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's I think personally 14 should win here. Uh, Games for Impact. I don't know. I know none of these. They all look wonderful, but since I haven't played any one of these, we're gonna skip. Best performance. I don't know a single. I'm gonna vote for Christopher Judge. Um, I believe this is I forget his name. Atreus. I don't remember. I forget his name from the a boy from God of War, and this is fucking. I was about to say Thor, Kratos. I like Kratos' is voice. I think he, despite him of be a very simple, not talkative man, I think he still has a really good performance. Same with fucking the kid from God of War. I forget his name. Atreus. I think it's Atreus. I might be wrong. Really good performance from there. Other than that, I don't really know much about Ashley Birch, Charlotte McBurney, and Manon Gage. So I'm taking a bit of an L here. I'm moving my vote over to Sunny Soljic. I believe that's Atreus. God of War. It's Atreus. Uh, yeah, and that's played by. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Sunny here. I think he's done the best performance. Best audio design. I'm gonna go with Elden Ring here. And I'll explain my answer. While Gran Turismo is like vroom, 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 engine sounds, it's boring. I hear engines all the fucking time. I don't give a shit. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's just gun sounds. You know how many shooters exist? You can make a fucking fake ass gun sound these days. God of War Ragnarok, while cool, I when it comes to sound design, I don't really think of like music or is music or ambient like music stuff, right? I think of like the crunching of the snow, the swinging of a hammer and axe, the swooshing, that stuff, the pulling back of the bow and letting go, like the foop, the foop sound, all that. I think of all that when it comes to audio design, not just music. Um, I think best score might be something in regards to music. Elden Ring has that for me because of playing Dark Souls and even playing Elden Ring. Um, there's always these little things in regards to your movement, the way you swing things, the clang of swords, the big swooshing of the big swords you have, so on and so forth. Enemies, the if you're fighting a fucking flying boss, the swooping in, like there's so many sounds that play that I think are really good, and I think Outer Ring has best sound design, especially with the sniping fucking lobsters. Goddamn, I've been fucked up by those a few times. They're terrifying, genuinely. So my vote here is Elden Ring. Best score in music, I'm gonna vote God of War Ragnarok here. I've played Elden Ring. I haven't played any one of these games besides Elden Ring. But I'm gonna choose God of War Ragnarok here because of the fact that AAA games, especially something like this, will do music. I think this one will have a really good score. Yeah, I know I haven't voted. Usually, if I can't really say much, I won't vote. I will be voting for God of War Ragnarok because I can 100% bet you it's gonna have a fucking good score in those intense moments. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go to the next category. Best art direction. I think Scorn should win this one. So I'll vote for Scorn. I'll talk about it. This is medieval. It's cool. Has really cool areas. I think it's really cool as well. I really like it. Atreus looks fucking cool being older. The fact that he's grown, just everything looks good. I think it's still really good Norse mythology, Greek mythology combination. I really like that. It's really cool. The robot stuff in Horizon Forbidden West and just Horizon Zero Dawn also looks pretty fucking good. I'm never gonna complain about the designs for these three games. It looks really good. I don't know much about Stray's art design because whatever I see has to do with just cat kind of sitting there and being cute or looking at a thing or more cats. Scorn, on the other hand, is so fucking unique. It's wild. It has the most interesting art direction in existence, and I think it should win this one, considering how grotesque, how gross, how fucking weird it looks. Even from this image, you can be like, that's fucking weird. That's really good art direction. I think Scorn should win this one. And I hope Scorn win this one. What I think is going to win is that most people will be like, this is just another Game of the Year vote. God of War Ragnarok will most likely win. I think Scorn should win this one. Hands down. Best narrative, I'm gonna go with God of War Ragnarok. I'm saying this because I love Elden Ring, and I know I haven't played any one of these. I'm gonna see. I've heard that A Plague Tale Requiem has a good story. The first one has a good story. I know I've played a little bit of the first one, good story as well. But I haven't beaten it yet. I've only played a little bit past the tutorial. Really. So that's all I have there. But with God of War Ragnarok, it you start the story, you get to the end of the story. It can tell a story throughout its game, and it's really good. While Elden Ring can do that, its narrative is hidden in a lot of other ways, kind of like Dark Souls games. While yes, you can have you get some information and tidbits told to you, you really have to look for the story in Elden Ring sometimes. Because I don't even know the story of Elden Ring that well. All I know is that something about the tree over there. You're the chosen one to kind of fix this shit. And honestly, I forget most of the story in Elden Ring. With God of War Ragnarok, it sits down to tell you a story with gameplay elements thrown in between. And the first one did it really fucking well. I believe this game, and I've only heard good things, that God of War Ragnarok is doing it well too. Best game direction. I'm gonna go Elden Ring. I think for an open world game, be it all Dark Souls and Bloodborne are open world, but they're also linear in the sense that you have a single path to go through. I think Elden Ring for game direction, in terms of the amount of creativity and the changes uh from what was their Sekiro was their latest game before Elden Ring. I forget. I think it's so different in terms of whatever they've released. I think it has a really good direction in terms of like, yeah, this is fucking creative. The fact that they went actually open world is really fucking sick. The fact that you can traverse an open world is super dope. So my vote's for Elden Ring. While all these probably have really good game direction, I vote for Elden Ring here. Um, well, I bet God of War Ragnarok could also win this one. I really hope Elden Ring does win this one. And here it is, Game of the Year. I haven't heard anything about Plague Tale Requiem. Elden Ring, wow, really good. I have thoughts that I had to change a little bit on these two because these two are the ones that are like, who's going to be Game of the Year? And I'll talk about that. Horizon Forbidden West. I think people are going to laugh at it because people will look at it in a very like, oh, this person that worked on Horizon Forbidden West complains that Elden Ring did really well and that Forbidden West didn't do so hot because of the people complaining. It's like, oh my god, this and that. We do so much work on the UI, all the map markers that appear on your map. And not everyone likes that. A lot of people don't. I think Stray might could win because haha cat, but I don't think it's going to. It's going to be mostly between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. My vote will be Elden Ring. The fact that Elden Ring, for months after it came out, you would constantly hear things about Elden Ring. And I mean constantly hear things about Elden Ring. If you were just paying attention to the gaming stuff, was crazy. I still hear, like, I'm not even part of the Elden Ring subreddit, and I still get tidbits of Elden Ring. I'm not even part of any From Software's game subreddits anywhere online, and I still occasionally hear things about Elden Ring. God of War Ragnarok, yeah, it came out, and it was like, yeah, it's out, whoa, it's pretty good, but I haven't heard much of it since then. I don't think it had like a bunch of staying power, a crazy staying power as much as people thought it did. While I think they both deserve it, I do genuinely think Elden Ring deserves it. Um, yeah, that's all I got. I think Elden Ring had a stronger of a staying power than what God of War Ragnarok did. So here is my thoughts on Stray. And I know we kind of jumped from like, yeah, it was a very simple vote. I honestly, it is that simple. I do genuinely think Elden Ring had a bit more staying power, and I think deserves Game of the Year, despite God of War Ragnarok being really fucking good in its own right. Right? All right, that's it. We're moving on. We're gonna talk about Stray and why I kind of dislike Stray a little bit. People, when Death Stranding came out, people were like, "Wow, you just walk from place to place." Boring. You do the same thing in Stray, as far as I'm aware. You solve a puzzle here and there. You don't really solve a puzzle in Death Stranding, but actually you do. You solve the puzzles and how to traverse the terrain you're given to you have to cross with the resources you're given. And that is a bit, not a puzzle game, but it's a puzzle. Being like, how can I best traverse this without breaking anything that I have on my back, while maintaining my balance, while being on time with some orders I might have. The fact that people gave that game shit and didn't give Stray shit when you kind of generally did the same thing in terms of like, go from here to here. The game's like, you're just walking as a cat. It's cool to play as a cat. I don't think it deserves Game of the Year. I don't think it should be in this list. Kind of fucked up to say, maybe, but I think because of the fact that people gave Death Stranding such a hard time when you walked around, when the story was trying to be something really interesting, and it is interesting, mind you, and people gave it shit for that, I think is gross and terrible. While Stray, yes, can be fun, and as far as I'm aware, its story is not that interesting. I don't think it deserves as much love as people like really give it, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to discredit the creator's work. What I'm trying to ultimately say is that people gave Death Stranding shit when you walk from place to place, and don't give Stray shit when you walk from place to place because you're a fucking adorable cat. I have a cat. I love my fucking cat. He's so fucking cute. But we're talking about in terms of gaming as a medium when you're trying to like, if you're trying to be like, oh, this game's good, this game's bad. I think people are doing a disservice if they're constantly saying that one game, while it is really fucking good, you're shitting on it because you walk from place to place. When another game that does the same thing with a different coat of paint gets loved, I think is very bad. That being said, I can understand if it's a joke. Haha, I meme all the time. Me and my friends meme all the time. Ha, this game bad, but we still love the game, right? Right? We do that. That's fair. But I think it's very bad to genuinely say shit like that and mean it, because it removes from the fact that Death Stranding, yes, while a weird game and can be boring to a lot of people, is still a very interesting game with its story and lore that I think deserves people to look at that stuff and be like, yeah, maybe the way they introduced the world with the, oh, you walk from place to place may not be the best way to tell the story, but it's still interesting enough to really not get that shit on. People that stuck around for that game are like, yeah, this game's fucking great. Yeah, you walk from place to place, but it's still fucking great. So yeah. Stray to me, while amazing, I don't think people should understand that they're both generally the same game when you walk from place to place and solve a puzzle, quotations, and explore the world. You do the same thing in Death Stranding. And I don't like the fact that people love Stray while also shit on Death Stranding. I'm gonna just say that now. I think it's not fair to both games. Uh, yeah, that's really it. That's all I got. Those are my thoughts on gaming. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. If you enjoyed the stuff I post online, please let me know. That'd be fucking great. In the meantime, I have a bunch of VODs that are currently up right now you could watch right now. Mostly Dishonored, and I think it's just Dishonored and some Death Stranding. I plan on making more stuff public soon. I've been meaning to just kind of have everything up there public already by this point, but I keep forgetting to do that. So, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want more stuff where I just talk about video games, let me know down in the comments below, or just like the video. I highly appreciate it. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Have a good night. Adios.